The cynics among you may find the title of this tale immediately unbelievable, yet surprisingly, this is one folktale that is undoubtedly based on some sort of fact. The story of the Green Children of Woolpit begins in the middle of the 12th century, under the reign of King Stephen, during a period of English history known as the Anarchy. An ancient settlement in Suffolk called Woolpit was named after an old wolf pit, as one could guess from its name. Woolpit is also known as Wolf Pit in Old English. Around the year 1150, a group of peasants came upon two small children with green skin next to this wolf pit. They appeared to be speaking gibberish and acting tense. The children were then transferred to Sir Richard de Caan's neighbouring residence, where he constantly gave them food, but they consistently turned it down, according to documents from the period by Ralph of Corksall. This went on for a few days before the kids discovered some green beans in Richard de Caan's garden, which they promptly ate raw. The kids are believed to have spent several years living with Richard de Caan, who gradually transitioned them to eating regular cuisine. The youngsters lost their green complexion as a result of the food change, according to the texts of the time. Along with progressively learning English, the kids were also asked where they were from and why their skin was originally green. "We are natives of St. Martin's Land, which is revered peculiarly in the nation where we were born," they said in response. "We don't know how we got here, all we know is that one day, while tending to our father's flocks in the fields, we heard a loud noise similar to the bells chiming at St. Edmund's, and as we were admiring the sound, we suddenly found ourselves, as it were, in trance, and found ourselves among you in the fields where you were reaping. The sun does not rise upon our countrymen, our land is little cheered by its beams, we are contented with that twilight, which, among you, precedes the sunrise, or follows the sunset. Moreover, a certain luminous country is seen, not far distant from ours, and divided from it by a very considerable river." Richard de Caan took the kids to get baptized in a nearby church soon after this revelation, but the son passed very soon after from an unidentified disease. The young woman, subsequently known as Agnes, spent many years working for Richard de Caan before getting married to Richard Barr, the Archdeacon of Ely. The couple had at least one child, according to one story. So who were the Woolpit Green kids? The Green Children of Woolpit were most likely the offspring of Flemish immigrants who had been persecuted and possibly slaughtered by King Stephen or, potentially, King Henry II. This is the most likely reason for their existence. The kids might have arrived at Woolpit lost, disoriented, and without their parents, speaking only Flemish, which might have been why the villagers assumed they were speaking gibberish. Additionally, undernutrition, or more particularly, green illness, may account for the children's skin's green color. This argument is confirmed by the observation that after Richard de Caan switched them to eating actual food, the color of their skin returned to normal. Personally, we prefer to support the more romantic hypothesis that these kids came from an underground society where everyone is green.